Adverse Childhood Experiences, known as ACEs, the single greatest unaddressed public health issue that there is. Physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, neglect, domestic violence, substance abuse disorder, household mental health, divorce, incarceration. These are overwhelming stresses which causes changes in the brain and the hormonal systems and the reactivity in the genome. Trauma does not discriminate. It affects real communities, big cities, and every society out there. If we can talk about the issue of trauma and gain a better understanding, we can change the equation, and trauma will be a less scary subject. This is me, my story. I started using drugs when I was 15 years old. Long before the age of 15, I lied and manipulated. I was a clown, I was a bully, and I hated myself. My whole childhood, I was led to believe that I was unloved and invisible. The only way I was ever seen or heard was when I put my masks on. I was just another child who lived in an orphanage, full of other unwanted children. Why we were there were different for all of us, but for me, it's because my parents were murdered. Coming up on the streets of Detroit was difficult. Fighting for food was difficult. Being beat up every single day was difficult. It seemed like every time I found a friend, they would either get adopted, or even worse, they would turn on me. When I got hurt, no matter who I told, nothing would be done. And that only validated the way I felt about myself. I do not matter. Yeah, I picked up drugs, and it took my pain away. For the first time in my entire life, I felt free. But the freedom drugs brought was not freedom at all. I suffered at school, and I suffered at home, and I couldn't stop even though I tried. After going to jail several times and attempting suicide, I finally got clean on July 5th of 2015. But that just meant I stopped using drugs. I still had all the beliefs I grew up with, only now I had nothing to take that pain away. In recovery, I've learned that I am not alone and that my voice is powerful. Today, I use my voice for kids and adults who have had adverse childhood experiences, letting them know that their trauma is not a life sentence, and no matter what they've experienced, there is a hope out here, and they can overcome and they can survive the trauma that has oppressed them for so long. No child should ever have to survive their childhood. Listen, we can prevent a lifetime of heartbreak, addiction, and even suicide if we can teach others what the warning signs are. Only then can we provide the antidote to trauma. And that antidote is love.